So the last thing I want to talk about in terms of reducing inflammation is thinking about your mitochondrial health and what things nutritionally and lifestyle you could do to support mitochondrial health. So you might remember mitochondria from learning about them in school. They're the powerhouses of the cell because they produce energy for us. They produce ATP. The mitochondria also control our response to any stress. So if you're thinking about how do you even respond to an injury from gardening, or how do you even respond to a viral infection, it is happening in the mitochondria. It's directing the other cellular components and influencing the communication that decides, does this cell live? Does this cell die? What do we need to do here to put out this inflammation? And so mitochondria are very important in diseases, which are, of course, a reflection of chronic inflammation. So here are some top tips that support mitochondrial health. You want to have a healthy light environment, especially the near and the far infrared light is very good for mitochondria. You want to have lots of omega-3s, especially the DHA from fish and seafood. That's very important for the inner membrane where the energy is created in the mitochondria. You want to have just a good diet overall, making sure you're getting the nutrients that you need. You want to be exercising and you want to be properly hydrated. So there's those things to start with for mitochondrial health. There's actually many other things that help the mitochondria. I wanted to call your attention to a recent video that I gave in April that talks about the light environment, the red light, blue light video. So if you missed that and want to learn more about how red light is beneficial, that would be a good one to watch. It's very short. And then in December, I gave a video on more energy that was basically all about mitochondrial health. So if you want to know more about mitochondrial health and how to reduce inflammation that way, there's a lot more tips in that video. Okay, so in summary, we talked about the definition of inflammation, so you have a better understanding of how acute inflammation starts and what sort of scenarios could be happening that could lead to chronic inflammation. And now you know these different nutritional tips that will help you to either reduce chronic inflammation, or if you're already balanced and healthy, will help you keep an acute inflammatory episode from becoming something that's chronic. So you want to think about lowering your insulin overall. You want to do that by having the amount of carbs that are right for you, carbohydrates. And conversely, building muscle to boost your metabolic rate. Also, you want to think about having adequate omega-3s. Eating seafood daily or taking a supplement of omega-3 daily can be very critical here in keeping inflammation at bay. You also want to avoid common food triggers and identify the ones that are important to you. You can use my book as an example, The Body Tune-Up, as a roadmap for doing that, or do food sensitivity testing. You want to think about eating in ways and emphasizing foods that promote gut diversity, because that plays a huge role in controlling inflammation. And then overall, have things in place in your lifestyle that support mitochondrial health.